Hi, welcome to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm Dee, and I'm here always sharing and trying to educate about to give everybody the best oh gosh, I haven't done this for a year now, but the best integrity of life so that we can just live and share and be who you need to be. So I'm here with my friend today, and we are going to have a lot of fun because she's crazy. We met at, we met at a doctor's office, and we just clicked. She likes to talk. I like to talk. We talked, and then she never called me. I called her. She never called me back.
Get out of here.
So let's say maybe 4 or 5 months later, maybe no, 6, 7, 8 months later, I don't know. We happened to be at the same place. And I'm looking at her, and she looks so familiar. And I said, I know her. But she didn't recognize me, but I did. So I was very persistent because that's how I am. And I reintroduced myself, and then she remembered. And we're friends. We're friends. So she came out, and she's going to share. And she's crazy, just like me. So I think you're going to enjoy this. Thank you for tuning in. So, hi, Sonia. How you doing?
Hi, everyone. My name is Sonia, and thank you so much, Dee, for inviting me to your show, your TV program, your radio show. Really excited to talk about my passions and share with other women.
Right. Well, usually what I do is ask, since it is called Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, I ask what your passion is. So share a little bit about your passion. And
I have a few passions, but you know, I love dancing and I love riding my motorcycle. But I've learned through life that women is a passion of mine as far as empowering other women.
Right.
You know, but it took me a long time to get there.
Really? So we're going to talk about that and where you came from, how just a little bit, you know, whatever you're comfortable sharing. And, you know, I think what I try to do is just share my experiences so that people can perhaps relate, because who knows, that might help them be able to go to the next level or go to the next step. So that's who I am, and so I know you are too. So, So you say you love to dance and you love the motorcycles, and where'd you grow up?
I grew up on Long Island, and I pretty much grew up with the boys.
Really?
Learning more about mini bikes and dirt bikes and tools and stuff like that.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
So Long Island, you know, you just don't strike me as a Long Island person. I did tell you that, because usually, and I don't like to stereotype per se, but I guess maybe I feel Long Island or small areas, smaller areas, not necessarily smaller areas, but people like click. They do little clickies and what have you. But you're not a click person. You're one of those people that just like, it's just big and personal and wonderful. You know? So you must have been around a lot of people, you know.
Always, always.
Yeah. Because you didn't stay in Long Island.
No,
you weren't afraid of the city.
No, definitely not. But I guess I ventured out a little bit. Probably when I was about 19, I lived in Texas for like 4 years.
Okay.
I visited a girlfriend of mine in Kentucky for a little bit.
Okay.
You know, so always on the venture.
Right.
Always venturing out.
And you love to meet people.
Yeah.
I see, you know, you just talk and meet and what have you. So, okay, so what do you do for a living?
I'm an occupational therapist.
Okay.
I went back to school after being out of school for like 13 years.
Really? Really?
And,
What'd you do before?
I worked in and out of the restaurant business, bar business, stuff like that.
Oh, okay, okay. So you were, that's how you so social. You know, you were.
Love it.
You know, really, you're just like, hey. I'm like, we're going to go out dancing soon and do the hustle or what have you. I can't wait. But so then you decided to go with the occupational therapist. What do you do as an occupational therapist? Because, you know, some people don't know what occupational therapy is.
A lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody always asks if I'm a physical therapist.
Right.
I'm like,
No, it's not the same.
no, it's not
Yeah,
the same.
no, definitely.
Occupational therapists, we work the lifespan. So we work from developmentally delayed children to, I call the elderly population, people of respected age. I don't like calling them
Right.
elderlies
No.
or geriatrics.
Because we're hanging
They're
out
amazing
there, so.
people, amazing. So depending on the population that you work with, when you work with children, you
Right.
basically work with developmentally delayed and you bring them up through play into their school years.
Right, right.
And then you can work with, you can also work with like psychologically impaired individuals. So you work with them in hospitals, which is a safe environment, and you check their social skills and how they adapt.
Right.
So usually they have to adjust their medications so that they can be sociable or maybe get some work skills and stuff like that.
So in terms of the occupational therapy, you're trying to
Move them
socialize
from-
them?
Well, it depends on the population. Like with children who are developmentally delayed, they need to go through their developmental stages first prior to learning how to like use their hands, learning above and below, like things like that, like the developmental stages.
Okay. So in terms of like, how do parents realize that they need an occupational therapist?
Well, they see if they're developmentally delayed. You know, they'll maybe notice some things. Maybe they're lagging in their developmental stages, stuff like that. Or maybe a behavior, you know, depending on maybe what the diagnosis is. It could be oppositional behavior. It can be autism.
Right.
And each disorder has certain symptoms.
Right. So you do
that
work with a lot of like ADHD children,
I work with
autism,
I work more with the geriatric population in
okay,
nursing homes.
at this point. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
where they'll go into the hospital, something like that, and then they what happens when the elderly are in the hospital, their muscles atrophy.
Right.
So and they break down really quickly.
So atrophy is what they get small.
Their muscles
They-
get weak. Their
and-
muscles become weak.
Yeah.
So it's difficult for them to walk. It's difficult for them to have like balance when they're walking, or
Right.
maybe a sitting balance. So basically, what we do is we have to meet them where they're at and strengthen them first,
Right.
and then maybe get them back to dressing,
Right.
toileting,
Right. Right.
functional skills.
Right.
We work more with the functional skills,
you
the basics.
If they
Grooming.
learned how, let's say they had a stroke or something like that, you help them be able to eat again and
Yes.
different things, that type of thing.
Right, because depending on the severity of the stroke, I mean, it affects different parts of the
Right,
brain. So
right.
sometimes it will be their speech,
Right.
and then other times it will be like, say if they have a right CVA, it will affect their left side.
Right. Right.
And like I said, it depends on the severity of it. Some people lose the use of an arm, either it becomes toned, increased tone, or it can become flaccid.
Right. Now, CVA, what is that? Because, you know, people be doing these little abbreviations, and I have challenges with that.
Well, it means a brain disorder,
Okay,
like
okay.
cerebral vascular.
Okay, aneurysm or
Aneurysm. So it's usually a brain bleed, and like I
Okay.
said, it depends on the different part of the brain.
Okay.
Depends on what body part that it
Right.
affects.
Oh, okay, cool. So basically, how did you get involved with that type of?
Well, when I was in college, I was taking a deaf girl to school 3 days a week,
Okay.
and then before that, when I was 19, I worked with a woman who had spina bifida. So
Okay.
she had difficulty walking, and she always walked with a walker when I knew her.
So you always one of those giving type of persons.
Yeah, I had a great time with
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
That's cool. Because some people look at, you know, and they don't want to I guess, catch it or whatever, which is really sad. Or they don't understand it and they don't want to understand
Right.
it.
Well, the woman that I used to help when I went to FIT.
You went to FIT?
Yeah, for a year and a half for jewelry design.
Oh, really?
And there was a deaf girl,
Uh-huh.
and I remember her, what is she called? The woman who used to work with her.
Right.
Basically, this woman was put in a institution when her mother found out she was deaf.
Right. Oh.
And this woman who used to work with her, who used to talk sign language with her, her caretaker, took her out of the institution.
Oh, cool.
So when I met her, she had her master's in art.
Good for her. God is good.
And it was
Yeah.
amazing. So I used to
Yeah,
always
yeah.
go up there and try to help her hands-on, because the dialect with the teacher and her assistant,
Right.
you know, so it was better hands-on. And then this woman had asked me if I would be interested in taking her to school 3 days a week.
Oh, okay.
So we used to have a blast.
Yeah.
Because I used to try to get her to talk.
Right. Really?
And because she couldn't understand her speech impediment or know what she sounded like,
Right, right.
we used to
Yeah.
tease each other. She'd be like, ah. And we used to have a lot of laughs together.
Wow.
But she was amazing. And was amazing that there was a handsome man that actually went to school for sign language to be with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I really wish I could contact her today just to see.
Do you still have
No.
Have you tried to Facebook her? or
No,
anything
because
like
I don't
that?
remember her last name.
Oh, wow. Well, maybe somebody. You remember her first name?
No.
No. Oh,
No,
shucks.
no.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been many years. I was 18 when I was in school.
Oh, wow. Well, maybe somebody will remember.
In the deaf
incident.
community, you
Yeah,
never know.
Yeah,
You never
yeah,
know.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well,
So-
you know, I know that you always had that. I can tell you had that sharing spirit. And that's what it's all about. That's why we're doing this, because we need to share and educate and help people to understand that there is better ways and better people to just help each other. Because we were talking about, you and I, crabs in a barrel, or women with your empowerment, because now that you like to empower women, that's all about helping each other. You know?
Right. Well, I have a sister-in-law who invited me into the world of women, and basically it's called Business Professional Women's Organization International.
Right.
And you know, I remember her getting different or going for different positions, whether it was vice president for membership, and then I went to Switzerland, and that was a graduation present from my brother.
Really? Oh, how cool.
And when I was there, out of the 1,000 women, I met the one physiotherapist, and that's like a physical therapist here in the States.
Okay.
So I got to go to her home, and I got to go to work with her, and
Really?
it was just an amazing experience. And I just seen how the love that these women had for each other,
Right.
and it was about them empowering each other
Yeah.
and helping them become more viable through advocacy and mentoring.
Right.
And they also have a young BPW.
Really?
So those women range from 35 and up. And I remember when we went to Switzerland, my girlfriend brought her daughter, and her daughter didn't want to come. And you know, I'm in the room, and I'm like with my book, studying to be an occupational therapist. I was studying for my boards, and here she comes with these two women from Nigeria who were stanking, like, you know, they traveled all these miles, but they were in their wares and their
Yeah,
headpieces.
yeah.
So and they needed to, you know, they needed showers because they
Yeah.
traveled so many miles, you
Right,
know.
yeah.
So I've learned through that, you know, just how loving these women were.
Yeah.
You know, and every year from the end of February and the beginning of March, these women come to New York from all around the world, and they work on women's issues, domestic
Really?
violence, pay equity, because it takes women up until April 17th to make the amount of money that men make. And that comes out to like 33 cents on a dollar, so we're trying to still make that money up.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah.
So you are still involved with this group?
Not really, but I just had the experience, and like I was telling him about my brother, they went to Thailand, so I had the opportunity to go to Thailand and have a lot of dental work done.
Really? Oh, that's when I met you, right before you were going
Yeah,
to
right.
Thailand.
I think it was my last trip in February, but I went to Thailand to get dental work done, and I connected with some of the Thai women over there when I was there. It was just so amazing.
Really?
And the hospitality of Thai women.
Really? Wow. Well, I'll tell you, because I actually, when I first started doing this, I was a guest on a couple of people's shows. And a young lady, she kind of like took me under her wing, and she invited me on her show one time, and then she invited me again, and we actually did a show on, what is it, Crabs in the Barrel. And so it was very interesting, and of course I was a little nervous. I was a little less nervous the second time as the first time. And you're doing a wonderful job, by the way. But it was just very cool because I met some real powerful women that we all just had that same mindset. And when I met you, I felt that same kindreds. And to just run into each other again, just by chance because of an association that we both had, was so cool. It was just really, it was the universe, I say. It's definitely bringing so many good people around me, and just like yourself. And even like today, I was walking to my car, and I looked a mess because I had my hat on and I had my coat on.
We got to get you another hat.
I like my hat, excuse me. So I'm walking, and this young lady, she just pulled out of the parking garage, and she stopped and she says, "Do you need some help?" I didn't know. I guess I had some bags. I looked like a bag lady and what have you. So, I guess she thought I was going for the bus or something, and she was going to drive me to. I was kind of like taken back that somebody was so kind, just stopped to see whether she could help me. And it was a young girl, and I was like, "Hi." And she introduced me. We ended up talking, and I'm like getting
like you and I did. I love it. I love it.
In the rain, I was like, "Hey, Stacy, okay, well," so we had to get in contact with each other for sure. So hopefully she's watching tonight, because I told her I'm doing my little internet TV show. So hey,
hey.
But it's all about empowering, and I've been meeting so many real people, real women, and we're just helping each other. Actually, I'm going to invite you to we call it a Ripple. Okay. And it's all about women coming together and realizing how you can share, giving and taking. Because a lot of people don't know how to give and take, women especially. They're always givers. But to take and take it graciously, because receive it graciously. It's difficult for us. It's very difficult.
Well, like I was talking before, girls compete with one another, and women empower each other.
Yes.
And until women realize that, I think they're at a loss.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's really not about, like recently, my brother had won a race in Riverhead, and I had posted something.
What's he do?
He races enduro cars out in Riverhead.
What is enduro cars?
They're just race cars.
Oh, okay.
They're just race cars. But I actually connected him with this woman. Now, I haven't talked, I never hung out with her, but recently, like, I had picked up the phone because she had given me her number to give to my brother, and like, we've known each other. I haven't talked or seen her in like over 30 years.
Okay.
And like, it's like we kind of just picked up where we left off.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. It's just amazing. But until women realize that we really need each other, and that we have more in common than we think.
This is true. Yeah, this is very true. I have a friend that we went to high school together, and it's just amazing because it's like she's my sister, and her children are my children, and what have you. So I'm like, thank you for sharing, because I don't have children. So it's kind of cool, and it's just we get each other, and it's all these women that are just coming in my life, and we're getting each other, and it feels good. It's not about a competition. It's all about just helping each other grow to the best potential. I have had so many positive women on the show, and making such connections, and we all need to get together. That would be great.
I want everybody under one roof.
Oh my gosh, it's just so cool. It's so cool.
Like we're supposed to be meeting on October 22nd and going out for dinner.
Well, the Ripple thing is on the 11th. It's on every month on the
I
11th.
think I'll be
This
away.
is
That's
on-
Columbus Day, isn't it?
yeah, that
Or is it
weekend.
Tuesday?
Yeah, no, it is that
Okay.
weekend. That's Sunday.
But I invited another occupational therapist, like, to come to dinner.
Uh-huh.
She has family in China, but I think she was looking at me like I have 10 heads. Like really? Like, why is this woman asking me to come to dinner? And to me, it's like the more the merrier. And like I said, I belong to the international, or I know a lot of women internationally.
Yeah.
So I just think it's important. So I don't have difficulty going, hey, you want to try some of this Thai food?
Yeah, yeah.
Come with
yeah,
us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
The door's
definitely.
open, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, I just kind of opened up the door, like,
Yeah.
hey, we'd love to have you.
No, that's it, and I'm going to be there. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be there. So I have to write in my calendar.
I have a
It's-
clothing swap this Sunday with the ladies.
Oh,
and
really?
It's more in the city if you want to come.
Oh, wow.
But it's more just about women.
Yeah.
Bringing some nosh together.
Yeah.
Bringing some of their clothes that aren't soiled or whatever,
yeah,
or
yeah.
barely worn, or whatever it is, and just going home with other stuff.
Right. And just connecting,
Just
making
the
those
camaraderie.
connections.
Yeah, yeah.
It's important to really just you know make acquaintances, making friends, having good times, being happy. Because it's like
Yeah.
you have to be happy. It's hard out
Life
here.
is
It's
too life is too short. I was just my boyfriend brought me to a wedding, and he was just like, "Did you have a good time?" I said, "Doesn't it look like I was having a good time hanging out with the mother-in-law? The mother-in-laws, whatever."
Yeah.
And I just dancing and having a great time.
Right.
Doesn't take much.
No.
You just got to open up your heart a little bit.
Exactly. And you know what?
Let those walls down a little
Yeah,
bit.
and don't take so many things so seriously. It's like,
Well, that's why the book, did you ever read The Four Agreements?
no,
Oh, it's an amazing book.
really.
It's like, do your best. Don't take things personally.
Right, exactly.
Don't take yourself so seriously.
Exactly.
I forgot the fourth one, but it's really a good book, and it's really something to live by.
Okay. No, well, you have to give me the book.
I will, I will.
And then we'll have to write it down because I won't remember.
I'm good at collecting that
unfortunately. It's like,
information.
oh my goodness! But no, it's that's basically how I live, because if I was to take things personal, I remember when I was 300 pounds, or when I was gaining weight, people would say, "Oh, you're gaining weight." Yeah, I have.
No,
You
you want to be like,
kidding.
no shit.
Oh, thank you. I didn't notice that I had gained a little bit of weight.
Obviously so.
I was like, Or I had one guy, he was like, so you're pregnant? I was like, no, I'm just fat.
I would have told him I'm having fun trying.
That would, I'm not quick with it like that.
No, someone brought that up because I had a patient say, "Are you in a family way?" I was like, "Then he's not as sick as as he pretends to be." I was ready to tell his wife, "You can take him home now."
I'm like, really? How would they think you
I
were?
don't know. People are rude.
Really stupid. People just don't have the common sense sometimes. I'm like, love you, but like,
I know, right?
it's a little too much. If you don't know, just wait. You'll find out. Don't go
Right?
there.
I know.
Ask somebody else. What do you think? Don't go.
That's why I say I've been having fun trying.
That's cool. I like that. But people, and now when I've lost some weight, so the people have come to me and say, "You lost weight." I said, "Really? I lost weight? Do I look good?"
Right?
I'm like, okay, but it's like people just don't. Just embrace. But I don't take it personal. I just was like, well, things are happening, and yes, thank you very much.
For noticing,
it's
yeah.
like, but I enjoy people, and I just try to give as much as I can, and hey, it's just enjoy life. I love to dance too, and I just love to talk. You were talking to me about tapping at one point.
Yes.
And so I haven't done tapping, but I have done the drumming, because that conversation that we first had was so intense and so much,
It was a lot.
It was a lot. And you were like so excited. You told me about your teeth. You told me about everything. And then you never called me. So I was like, shucks. She got busy. But that was
busy.
okay.
My life is very busy.
I know.
I love doing a lot of things.
Yeah,
I'm into
yeah.
tapping was a way that I used that as a tool to quit smoking like 4.5 years ago.
Okay.
I had an infection on my hand and I didn't know what it was from. So I figured I would start on peeling the onion, and I had to start from somewhere. So I was actually smoking outside my house with a pair of tongs, thinking I was cute. See what I could get away with.
Oh my
Figured
God.
if I didn't touch it, but that's, the addiction to the nicotine.
Yeah.
So first I was going to try the laser.
Okay.
I had made an appointment on a Monday or Tuesday for a Thursday appointment, and then Wednesday came, and I remembered that I can always check out this tapping, and it's called Emotional Freedom Technique.
Okay, you know what? We're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
So let's remember
where we
were
left
at,
off.
because sometimes
Okay.
I do forget. And so we'll be right back.
Okay.
Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family-owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. Concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from all others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin. Galaxy Luxury.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is me, DMC, in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with your one and only Madhouse TV.
You are the man. all the candles are blown out after the last toast of the night. Cambridge paving stones with Armortech stand the test of time. Beautifully designed, built to last. Only Cambridge paving stones have Armortech, our unique process that produces a rich, distinctive color. Create your own memories with Cambridge paving stones. Visit CambridgePavers.com.
Cambridge paving stones with Armortech will always look like new.
I think this is a good time to tell you. You're doing okay, Mom. I can call you Mom, right? I know we haven't known each other very long, but you seem like a real keeper. You're not perfect. There was that strained carrots incident, but you're trying. You pick up my bottle every time I toss it out of my stroller. That's high comedy to an 8-month-old. You hum the Barber of Seville when you wash my hair. So cool. And your rub-downs are out of this world. Anyway, I want you to know how much I appreciate you. You know, right? How much I love you? You're doing okay, Mom.
Stretching under sedation or manipulation under anesthesia is a very gentle, very precise procedure to very slowly release any scar tissue that is formed as a result of a traumatic injury. Many people ask, how does this work? Will I get hurt? Will you stretch me too far? We only stretch the body part to its normal range of motion. After completing the post-MUA rehabilitation program, it's very common that our patients say to us, hey, I can play ball with my kid again. Hey, I can bowl again. Hey, I can enjoy hiking again. This is what makes it rewarding to us as practitioners. Stretching.
Hi, welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and friends. And we always have a lot of fun in between, you should see, with the commercials and what have you. But hey, sorry, can't be there all the time. But well, Sonia, we were talking about tapping and how you talk to me about
I don't
tapping.
even know how it works. We don't know how it works. But like I said, I had this infection on my hand. I didn't know where it was stemming from, and I was basically out of work for a couple of weeks. I'd be telling my boss, like, I'm coming back Wednesday, coming back. I'm into holistic. I'm into alternative.
Oh, are you? Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
so
you know I am.
so I don't really run to the dermatologist so
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
I fight it tooth and nail,
Right.
but I actually had gone to a dermatologist, and he had me soaking my hands in like a light bleach bath, and I said, when are we going to do this patch test? And he said, when it resolves, you know. So right then and there, I knew the guy was taking me for my money, $30 a visit,
Oh, my goodness.
you know, and I would talk to some of his other patients in the waiting area. But I had made an appointment to do the laser, and then I thought about it, that the laser would help maybe help me put the cigarette down, but what was going to happen to all those emotions that were going to arise? Because when you're smoking for 30 years, you know, you're basically just stuffing a lot of emotions, and you think that the smoking helps you relax. The relaxing part comes with the breathing, but not with inhaling the nicotine and all the chemicals that you'd be amazed what's in a cigarette.
Yeah. No, I smoked for 32 years.
There's also sugar, so we become, one of my holistic doctors had told me that I was addicted to like even just the sugar in there or whatever other chemicals.
Is sugar in the cigarette?
There's all kinds. There's acetone, there's rat poisoning.
there's a lot of
I mean, if you
crap, I
really
know.
look what's in cigarettes.
Yeah.
So
I was
ha-
toxic. My eyes, everything, my whole body. I looked so much older when I was smoking than I do now. And I've quit for now, I think, 14, 15 years. Something
Yeah,
like that.
I'm down cigarettes 4.5.
Yeah, and that's
September 13th is my
I hear you. Mine was January 1st, actually.
yeah.
Yeah, January 1st.
So like I said, I had booked an appointment to do the laser. on
So
a
what were you going to do with laser, with smoking?
I don't know. I really wasn't sure what they do. I mean, sometimes they they do meridians. They do certain points.
Okay.
I'm really not too sure what they do.
Yeah,
like I guess they'll
like
put
that.
something. I'm really not sure.
Yeah,
You know, but I was really at my wit's end, and like I said, I was in a lot of pain because my right hand was infected.
Yeah.
And I really didn't know what I was going to do because I couldn't go to work, I couldn't cook, I couldn't wash dishes, and it was very difficult. So I really didn't know what steps to take. And what had happened was on Wednesday night, I went to this tapping group on a Wednesday night from 7 to 9. And this gentleman who runs the group, Ted Robinson, he has a group from 7 to 9 o'clock in his home for you know, a small fee. And he basically asked me what was underlying my smoking and what was my fears. And I said I was afraid of the gaining weight and I was afraid of my anxiety. So so that's what we tapped on. And I actually woke up Thursday and I had no desire to smoke.
Wow, really?
But I believe it's because I've tried multiple times.
Right, okay.
I had went to Ted Robinson and tapped, and I quit for like 5 months, and then I was smoking again for like 2 years. But I've had multiple attempts of quitting smoking. I don't know if I was just ready. I'm really not sure.
Yeah, you have to be ready. You do
Well, I was at my wit's end. I had to do something. Like I said, I had to unpeel that onion, and I had to do one thing at a time. Smoking was not the reason why my hand was infected, but it helped me not gain weight.
Yeah.
I ended up having food allergies. So having the food allergies and just assisted me in not gaining the weight that most people gain when they quit smoking. But then I got hypnotized on that Sunday just to put that lid on it, and I haven't had a desire to smoke.
And you never gained any weight?
No.
Well, see, I had food allergies and all that, but I gained. I went up to 300 pounds, 309.
But
and it was scary because I always had weight issues. But with you being holistic and actually naturalist and what have you, you know that it's just because of the sugar and all the chemicals and what have you, putting in your body.
But I just think everybody has different degrees of allergies.
Yeah,
like some people with like shellfish, their throat closes. I basically, like, my hands become real itchy and the bottom of my feet become real itchy, and I get nauseous. With the food allergies, like I said, it was really just predominantly my hand that broke out from dairy, from chicken, maybe the chemicals. I'm really not sure.
No, I had
and I needed to get back to work.
Well, I didn't really know why I had like rashes all around my neck, and they thought it was, well, I always had eczema, so I went to the dermatologist, and he was like, oh, it's contact dermatitis.
Right.
And ultimately, I realized contact dermatitis, if you give me a salve, it would go away. But this time, it wasn't going away, so it was internal. And I had to self-diagnose. So ultimately, I went to an allergist, and he was like, yes, absolutely, you have food allergies. And I was like, okay, so what do? Avoid the foods. Duh. But, you know, it was like, okay, you know, because it was wheat and milk and whey and all these things, bananas, string beans, you know, all these things I became
Can you eat
allergic
them now?
to. You know what? I found that bananas I still can't touch. I get this big, and it's different things, different places, different things. You know, it's like broccoli, I break out on my arms, you know. Dairy, usually I will break out with hives, or I also have, well, wheat actually makes me go to the bathroom. So I would think that I wouldn't have gained a lot of weight, but I did. I gained so much weight. It was crazy. My body was just...
From quitting smoking.
Well, I don't think it was just quitting smoking, but it was the allergies came, and maybe because I was also perimenopausal, because your body starts going through the hormonal changes.
Right.
And so I believe, and then, of course, now I realize a lot of it also was because of the foods I was eating, and the processed foods and the chemicals and what have you that were in those foods were causing my body to do certain things, you know, feeding the wrong cells, which were the fat cells.
But also when you have, when you have an overgrowth of yeast in your body, that also puts weight on.
Well,
So when we eat sugar, it's feeding
exactly.
the yeast.
Sugar and processed foods.
Right.
Combination. Well, what happens is your body comes out of balance. And the body being out of balance, it feeds certain bacteria. 'Cause
Right.
We realize I am a microbiologist.
Right.
So I kind of know a little bit about how your body deals with the fungi and the yeast and the bacteria. That's my thing. I've done that for 35 years. So, but then it kind of didn't really sink in that my body was acting like that, you know? You're like, hello? You kind of just keep on, you don't know because you don't associate.
I need to do a fast.
You know? And that's what I did. I did a toxic cleanse.
Okay.
And once I did the toxic cleanse, my body started healing.
Shedding the weight, yeah.
Started balancing. And then I also put certain supplements, so that helped my balance. And I'm still on the journey, but I've come a long way.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, yeah. Then we got to get the exercise in.
Let's go, let's go.
You know, dancing.
Yeah, Wednesday nights, baby.
I'm ready. I'm going for it.
Yeah.
Hustle is, I'm ready.
Let's go. That's when my mother knew when something was, you know, wrong when I stopped dancing, because that is a passion of mine.
Real, you know what? And you kind of forget that. You get involved with all these things, and life just keeps on going. And then you stop doing the things that you love. And now I'm starting back.
We're
yes,
back.
Yes. All of a sudden, I was like, you know what? I like dancing. Why did I stop? Why did I stop? Because the thing was, that's what kept my weight off before. When I got out of high school.
Sometimes it's just time constraints. It's like you can, you know, but we have to cultivate our playtime. Yes, that is so important.
Definitely.
Really, like making an appointment with yourself. I think that's very important for us women because we're multitaskers.
Yes.
And we always want to take care of everybody else, you know.
And that's why, in terms of the happy, you know, you're taking care of everybody else, but then you forget about how you
ain't forgetting, baby.
Want to be happy.
I ain't forgetting. That's why you bought me my motorcycle.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. You know, it's like, okay, tapping helped you just come off of the cigarettes.
Yeah.
And then you just, now you were into motorcycles forever?
For a long time, yeah.
Really?
I got my license like 20-something years ago. And, but then what had happened was I had a bike for like maybe a year. Then I chose to go back to school. So it was just a little bit about priorities.
Yeah.
So I chose to go back to school, which it took me a long time because I had to like do, I had to do high school level chemistry, high school level physics, and so it took me a long time, but I did it, you know. When somebody, I actually had somebody tell me that I couldn't become an occupational therapist.
Really?
And I think it's really not really correct for somebody to try to take away your dreams. But that that empowered me.
That's cool.
I'll show them, and you know, I just don't think it's really right for someone to tell you can't do something. But that gave me, that empowered me to, I'll show you and I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I went back to school, and when I quit smoking cigarettes, I basically saved that money and put it towards a motorcycle.
Okay.
So I stepped up into my life in the past year. I went to Synergy Education, which is transformational work in the city.
Really? So what is that? What do you mean?
What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great program that a girlfriend of mine had introduced me to. It's called Synergy Education, Inc. It's on 35th Street.
Right.
And they do transformational work. And
so what's transformational work? What is
it's really experiential. They have a basic, they have an advanced, and they have a leadership program.
So experience.
Well, they basically put you in like dyads and triads, and they just they have you.
You're giving me all this stuff. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
They have you look at your relationship with all aspects of your life, like with relationships, whether it's male or female, with money, with family, brothers, sisters, coworkers.
Really?
And you grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
And then I went to basic, and they basically have you do all these like different exercises in groups and stuff like that, and you see how you show up
Right.
in your life.
Okay.
And then they have other programs. They have an advanced, and then that's usually a smaller group. And then they do more transformational work by doing different exercises. So it's something that you play out.
So it's helping you
See how you show up
interact
in
with people,
Yes.
or
yes, with people,
and,
yes.
and then how you can make your
You just
relationships
change.
grow.
Yeah, you just they
and,
just
and yourself
Yes.
grow. It's like you're learning how to
step up
be the
into your life. Yeah.
better person or something on that order.
Yeah, they teach you how to step into your life and take more of a responsibility.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
We definitely have to talk about that.
So it empowered me to show up in my life, and I started declaring things. I declared that I'd have a motorcycle by June 2015, and I bought my motorcycle in May. I declared that I would be in a loving, meaningful relationship by December 2015.
Okay.
And I got into a relationship in April of
Okay.
18.
Yeah.
April 18.
I met your honey, and he's so sweet. And
Yeah, he
good looking,
is. Yes, he is. So he's my last date.
too. Okay.
Really excited about that.
Well, basically, you're claiming.
I'm claiming.
claiming
Yeah, I'm
it.
claiming.
And that's kind of cool. You know, you do have to claim it. When you want something, you have to go for it. You know, why not? Because if you don't, then you're not going to get what you want and what you need. So that's this particular program helped you
Step
get
into my
to
life.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, show up more powerfully, more authentically,
Yeah.
and more courageously.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think. Well, you probably didn't need all that. You were stepping in there anyway, but it just kind of like
It worked
you.
out.
It
Yeah.
focused you.
But they also have another program called Synergy Youth Program.
We need
Yeah.
to start with the young. You know.
Yeah,
we do
well,
need
it's
to
our
start with the young.
generation. They're going to be
Yeah.
in this, you know.
Because I know I deal with a lot of. I love young people, and God didn't bless me with any children at this point. So it is what it is, and I've come to it to be. What am I going to do when I get old? Well, thank goodness I have friends that have children. I have cousins that I'm like, okay, just watch over me. I do have a little bit. I have my nursing home little thing that extended care or whatever. So. If you need to put me in a nursing home, just come and visit. Make sure they're taking good care of it. Sure. But hopefully I'm going to be strong, and I'll be like my grandma, because my grandmother lived to 101.
Wow, God bless her.
101. She was strong. She did her thing. She was very active in the community, even though her memory was a little sucky. We found
Go off, yeah.
Well, she had carotid artery disease and didn't realize it. I realized something was going on. Everybody's, oh, she's just older. You know, I'm like, Grandma's sharp. Something's wrong. So when I finally found out, I couldn't do anything with that. I wasn't going to have her have a surgery because what if, her quality of life was still good. She knew how to adapt. So, hey,
leave it alone.
She forgot. Yeah, it was probably about 95 I discovered it. So I was not going to do anything to her at that point,
Yes.
But we just I had to start paying her bills. You got to be aware.
Yeah.
You have to be aware with your family what's going on, and you got to start changing things. Like even with my mom, so I have to.
You have to step up.
Yeah.
Because they turn into little kids.
Exactly.
And they were there for us.
Exactly.
So we need so the roles reverse, and now we need to be there for them.
Exactly. Well, that's what I did. When I told her she was my grown child. That was my grown child, and I was blessed to have her for so long.
Yeah, you are.
And
we only get one mother.
No, exactly, and grandma.
Grandma.
Oh, well, I had 5.
And I had an adopted one for 17 years.
So enough for me. I'm going back to the motorcycle. So,
Oh, okay.
so with the motorcycle, so you just get on there and go and
I went for some lessons.
really, okay.
And yeah, so that I could get back on and learn again.
And your boyfriend he
Rides.
rides
Yes,
too?
he does.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we are going to Vermont next weekend on our
Well, you all
motorcycle.
just came back from Vermont.
Well, going to a different part of Vermont.
Okay, excuse me. Yeah.
We were in Dover, Vermont with the Hog Association, which is the Harley Owners Group.
Okay.
There was 18 of us.
Okay. Cool.
And now we are going to go meet up with some other friends that my boyfriend had met when he was on one of his ventures.
Okay. How cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, safe trip when we have to talk when you get back. You know. But you're just amazing, and your spirit is so giving and loving, and oh my goodness. So okay, you won't be able to go to the Ripple this time, but the next time is my birthday.
Okay.
Now we might be going to Las Vegas.
Yay! Yay! So should I start saving?
Yeah, but
honey.
that's November 11th, you know. But we might go to the Ripple on the 11th because I have to take my mom to the doctor. So maybe we'll go to the Ripple on the 11th, and then we'll go to Vegas on the 12th.
All right, let me get my calendar out.
Like,
Honey,
hey.
mark your calendar.
I was like, But it's all about having a good time and enjoying. And as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're helping people and helping yourself, be happy. Because life is so short.
Yeah, it's really
You
about
know?
opening up your heart.
Yeah, exactly. I think
To new
people see that
experiences.
heart. People
Yeah.
are drawn to that, you know, because I know I was drawn to you.
Oh,
You know,
thank
because
you.
it was just like, woo, you are a free spirit and you are just loving and just giving and you can feel it. So it's like,
Thank you.
wow. Yeah, it was so cool to reunite, you know. Haim, thank you. You know,
Yes, we owe it to you, Haim.
he's going to be back on the show too another time. Yeah, because he was here.
I'm sure he was.
Yes, he was definitely here. Arlene too. Well, she didn't come on. She was like, no, I can't do it.
It's fun.
You know, not
I was a little
yet.
nervous too.
But we're gonna get her on here too.
Okay.
Definitely. So maybe we'll do a whole group thing because I know we're almost over. This hour went fast.
Yes,
didn't
it did. It was great, though. I thank you
Yes.
so much.
Oh well, you know what? Thank
a
you.
delight.
Oh, excuse me.
It was a delight.
Oh, it's a delight. I was like, oh, okay. Am I delight or no,
Delightful.
Delight. Oh, I'm like, I didn't hear that term before. For a long
It
time.
was yummy.
Well, you know, do you have any associations that you want to give, or websites, or anything that you want to share so they might want to get in contact with you so, you know, they can learn about?
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
about Facebook?
Yeah, you can share the Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, I would love to. That's pretty
Yeah.
much how I stay in touch with even the international women that I keep in contact
Right,
with.
Right. So you're in a group with the Facebook also?
Various groups. Synergy Education I have on there. Yeah.
Well, I know I've been meeting some phenomenal people, and actually I was just put in a group, and it's a public group, and it's like 2 thumbs up or something on that order. I have to remember that. But it's such a cute group, and it's all about, you know, just empowering people and sharing, and that's what we have to do. We have to empower people and share, because people will learn from us, and we learn from them. And just keep an open mind, you know? It's like, you got to keep open.
Well, I got to get a website up and going. A friend of mine keeps telling me, Sonia, get a website, get a website.
Yeah,
You're going to eventually need it.
yeah, definitely.
But if you'd like to contact me, you can contact me on my Facebook, Sonia Wolf, and that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
time is up.
we have to be friends, too.
Yes,
'Cause
without
I
a
haven't
doubt.
friends you yet. on
Well, what are you
Facebook.
waiting for?
We're gonna do it when we leave. Here
Oh,
today.
sounds
Before we leave
good.
here today, you know,
Yeah.
because you got to have the show so you can watch and what have you.
Oh, I can't wait.
So, anyway, thanks for joining us again. And,
See you next time.
yeah, next week. Hopefully, same place, same time. And, well, not you. You'll be watching us.
That's okay.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, you'll be back.
That'd be great.
Definitely have to another invitation to come back.
That'd be great.
Okay.
I'd love it.
So, thank you for sharing your time with us on Passion for Life with You and Friends. See you next week. Take care.